And this first poem, I mean, it's not a poem actually, first song is because somebody who's come tonight asked me to sing this one. So I haven't sung this in years and years, so apologies to start off with. Autumn in New York, why does it seem so inviting? Autumn in New York, it spells the thrill of first nighting. Glittering crowds and shimmering clouds in canyons of steel, they're making me feel I'm home. It's autumn in New York that brings the promise of new love. Autumn in New York is often mingled with pain, and dreamers with empty hands may sigh for exotic lands. It's autumn in New York, it's good to live it again. Okay, that's all I'm going to do to that song. Try and tighten that up. First I thought I'd do some poems of mine that remind me of things from Billie's life. I grew up listening to Billie Holiday. My dad was really into that sort of era jazz. And so I was really lucky. I grew up listening to her and Sarah Vaughan and, you know, all sorts of, Ella, of course. You know, Thelonious Monk, Charlie Bird, Parker, all those people. That sort of, yeah, so, you know, that's a really big head start, you know, if you want to sing. And I grew up, learning I learned how to sing from singing along to all those records. I'm just frowning because, of course, you know. So this is, you know, people have touched on Billie's life and that she was considered, you know, to be a bit degenerate by the powers that be because of the problems that she had with drugs and other things. This is called Every True Vice is Secret. Every true vice is secret, breathed in the night, smoke through drawn curtains, her hand I stone beneath my breast, under the warm. And that's just one. And this one, this is a new poem that I wrote to go with it. Okay. This is called Backstage with Billie. So I've been performing a lot lately, and you know, there's the whole thing about the torch singer and the suffering artist and all that kind of stuff. And in her later life, Billie was having a lot of problems, and some people would come in the audience because they were hoping for a car crash. Backstage with Billie. Sit here in a dope drift, listening to Lester wail on the radio. Wish he were here. A bit of family on the stage, someone who's got my back. The audience, faces so adoring, imploring me to lose it just a little. Just enough crack in the voice so they can say, I saw Billie today and it was thrilling to watch a woman killing herself for her art. They'll play the part of being shocked, but I look them in the eyes while I sing, and we both know they came to see the torch burn me. That's the thing that will turn their night out into an adventure on the wild side of the tracks. I don't make them no never mind. I look them in the eyes, and I see what they're running from, that we're the same kind. Woo! Thank you. This is another one of my poems that I thought about reading up on Billie to do this. Her father was called Clarence Holliday. Well, his real name is Halliday. And her own name was Fagin. But she took her dad's name, his stage name, Holliday. Even though he never married her mom, he was never around. He was a jazz guitarist. And that whole back and forth thing with the dad and wondering if you're like them is what this is called. My father. My father is in hospital again. Pneumonia. Complicated, the doctors say. Not really. 61 years old, drank the last 45. Not to mention an active illicit sex life. Sex with anybody but his wife. My father. Black man doing computers in 1957. Program systems analyst. Too intelligent to trust. I take after his side of the family. Of course, they're all mad like me. Nutty cousin locked in an attic. When I was 6, I heard them whispering, she's got eyes just like Natalie, born to be a fatality. My father always kept us waiting, left us for hours anywhere. Teenage girls abandoned in the street in D.C., that sick city. We learned to look innocent and pray feigned ignorance could keep danger away. How to balance looking helpless but mean. How to keep your face an empty screen. Don't ever leave me waiting. Don't you ever leave me waiting. My father taught me how to count and how to swim, to ride a bike. Dare life to do me down just like him. I look just like him. Same smile, same temper, same devil within. I upped and run 3,000 miles to change myself into someone different. Told my mother she could wait and see. No other man would ever have power over me. Not ever again. Not, never, never, ever have power over me. And I've spent years trying to kill my need to lean on someone, anyone. And I stay out all night and I drink, and I do drugs and I drink, and I flirt and I drink, and I fall for her. Fall far. But I can never stay out late enough, drink hard enough, dance long enough, be wild enough to drown it. This desire. There has to be next morning. You always wake up sober again. This weakness. Enmeshed with a woman when you thought you were free. This love. Is it love? Like my father's for me? Thank you. Thank you. This poem, I was also thinking a bit about what would Billie say to girls if she were here now. And this, it's really tenuous, this. I just like this one. And I thought of it would fit in. I wish. My dream home is around the corner from all my closest friends, like my nightmare house used to be. But this is real, with a woman who loves me, who I love. We like to hear each other breathe. And yes, I'd like my broadband and my telly and my phone and my desktop and my box sets on my widescreen TV and an iPad to play with and my sewing machine and the garden out back and the park out front and the trees and the canal at the end of the street and the quiet. But I already have those. Company. Someone who sees me. That's what I really need. Thank you. The tenuous link there is, of course, Billie had those terrible relationships. And unfortunately, I mean, I've done that myself.
We all have.
We all have.
We all have.
I'm just thinking, well, terrible relationships, so I'll just do this song. You're my thrill. You do something to me. You send chills right through me when I look at you, 'cause you're my thrill. You're my thrill. How my pulse increases, I just go to pieces when I look at you, 'cause you're my thrill. Nothing seems to matter. Here's my heart on a silver platter. Where's my will? Why this strange desire that keeps mounting higher? When I look at you, I can't keep still, 'cause you're my thrill. Hold on a second while I find the next poem. Oh, this turned itself off, of course. Don't you just love technology? Yeah, the whole thing about, all the list of things that you've got is just remembering that when Billie, when she was there, they sort of weren't allowed to have stuff. I don't know, it's sort of like when you were black and you got famous, like Billie did. That was part of why they kept putting her into, the yellow sheets and the scandal sheets and loving to talk about how, because, she was doing too well for a black person. That can't be allowed to go on. I'm just trying to chase down this other poem. Wow. Well...
Yeah, you posted a great link on the event page to discuss the situation at the time. So if anyone's interested in the political ramifications of what was going on.
Yeah, what I posted on that page was there was a place in New York where Billie lived that survived until the 60s, and then basically, with austerity and the housing, they called it urban renewal, and evidently urban renewal just meant get rid of the black folks. There's a really good show that you can get right now online, Show Me a Hero, which is about basically ethnic cleansing in New Jersey 20 years even after this. But they knocked down all these great places where all these famous black people lived. Basically razed it to the ground, sold it off to their friends. Does this sound familiar to anybody? Yeah, so that happened to Billie as well. I was gonna read, I'm not gonna go on and on, because those are the new poems. I just want to do at least one more song. This one, you all know, Strange Fruit, and I want to sing it because of Black Lives Matter. But again, I don't know if everybody knows Strange Fruit was actually written by a socialist white Jewish guy. You've all done your homework. I'm telling you stuff that you already know. But I just thought I'd read the lyrics before I sing the song. And I think that might be the last thing I'm going to do, just because technology is a bugger. Where did I put it? Into there. Open up. Strange... Sorry, Strange Fruit. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, we're looking at lovely pictures of Billie, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah. So just in case, of course, if you don't know the song, this was about lynchings. You know what? Next time I'm going to come like everybody else with just a notebook, so that we don't get these horrible, embarrassing dead spaces while I struggle.
It's why we have a slideshow, it's fine.
Good.
There's lots of lovely pictures going by.
For the, I mean, I don't know if there is anybody who doesn't know, like, the States was segregated, and I guess something people don't realize is that when they talk about Black Lives Matter, there are as many killings of black people by police as many, like 2.5 per week, and that's the same rate that they used to lynch people. You know, all the way up until the 70s, they were still lynching people. So just to read the words, southern trees bear a strange fruit, blood on the leaves and blood at the root, black bodies swinging in the southern breeze, strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees, pastoral scene of the gallant South, the bulging eyes and the twisted mouth, scent of magnolias sweet and fresh, then the sudden smell of burning flesh. Here is a fruit for the crows to pluck, for the rain to gather, for the wind to suck, for the sun to rot, for the tree to drop. Here is a strange and bitter crop. Southern trees bear a strange fruit, blood on the leaves and blood at the root, black bodies swinging in the summer breeze, strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees, pastoral scene of the gallant South, the bulging eyes and the twisted mouth, scent of magnolia, sweet and fresh, and then the sudden smell of burning flesh. Here is a fruit for the crows to pluck, for the rain to gather, for the wind to suck, for the sun to rot, for the trees to drop. Here is a strange and bitter